So, and they just got beaten up on overpass. Glaive calls an aggressive strategy, hoping that that's going to work out, that they're going to be able to just take the fight to vitality and establish themselves early, and it backfires immediately again. Ooh. Nice shot there from Zippo, though. Now, you can never count him out.
One cool thing about I think taking that peek down middle on the CT side, I mean, it didn't work out, but part of, I think, the idea could also be you're not guessing where they're going at that point. You're actually just forcing it. You're saying, well, we are going to be fighting in middle, so let's do it. Otherwise, if you fall far back sometimes on the CT side, you know, you're just hoping that they all come A or all come B, and especially in those pistol rounds. So I think they were maybe trying to put that pressure on, but, you know, it doesn't work when you get shot in the face.
This is what I expect to see, though. I think Astralis are just going to be an utter nightmare. They've got to be so insanely frustrating to play against on T side because of the nade damage. Pimp was talking about that coming into this series, how absurdly high their average nade damage is per round. And I think a lot of that work gets done here on Overpass, on Inferno.
Oh, wait. They fell back from Arch way too quickly. Now, this is a mag 7 on dupreeh, so he's going to be in, I think, oh, well, maybe not. He's maybe going to be fine. He gets one more kill. They're just headshots. It's a rare gun to see these days. Now, they'll pick up the kill in pit as well, but dupreeh just got the double, and here's the flank coming in. Alone is zywoo in a 1 versus 3, and he's going to get picked off. Astralis, they get the revenge. They've only won 1 pistol round so far in this series, but now they pick up the second round, and that is great news. I was actually about to make the opposite point. I was about to say, it's not so good having the mag 7 here, because you're going to be at sort of a medium range, and it's a lottery playing where you never know what's actually going to happen, but that was beautiful.
He saw Honda. You know, he watched Honda and got inspired.
Yeah.
Like, if that guy can do it, so can I.
Who wasn't?
Who wasn't watching Honda? Yeah.
All right.
It's true. That is a big round, though. No bomb plant. This is going to be another headshot. zywoo with the headshot from bottom mid. Oh, and it's Glaive that gets sat down, too. Glaive had a rough one on Overpass. Not the best map for him. So we'll see if he can get his head up here going into Inferno. He can start finding his form.
From memory, I mean, I haven't checked, but I remember Glaive as being a very good Inferno player, so I would expect for him to find a way to have a decent impact on this particular map. But I think everyone is going to be fine. In fact, I can't think of anyone that's not going to be interesting to look at here. What will be fun, though, is seeing whether or not Vitality can win this round, because then it swings right back in their favor. dupreeh going for a fight, and that was against the AK, and it still comes out on top, so kind of good news. 3 versus 4, though.
Very nice. And now he's wrapped, and he's going to be able to support Device. And Device currently posted up with the MP9, hoping that somebody's going to come close quarters. dupreeh's going to peek. Nice flash setup. Oh, impeccable stuff. Xyp9x with the flash allows dupreeh to peek behind it. 2 kills, and now it's zywoo all by his lonesome. Again, Astralis' nade usage on this map is something to behold. It's art.
I mean, that flashbang landed, I think it hit their eyeballs. Is that accurate? They really couldn't see anything. Really well done. Really important. Again, just think about it. dupreeh is actually peeking that angle really low on health. So think of his trust. He's got 22 health, and he's trusting Xyp to do that perfectly. That's real important.
Dude, I don't think I could ever get bored of that.
No, it's so good. It is so good. 4th round coming up. They've got an AK stolen, a Mac 10. They've got something to work with, and all they have on the Vitality side is a P250 to fight with. So this should be a much more relaxing round for Astralis, although they're trying their best to make it not so by pushing, and actually, Mac 10 kills.
There we go. I like it. Anti-eco stomp down. That's what you need to be doing. If you know they're hard ecoing, you need to be pushing them. You need to be getting the kills with the SMGs. And more so, just beating up on them. Be the bully in the server, but be the bully.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Make sure they can't spend the time talking, or, you know, just it's nice to take that away from them. Say you're right into the next round. You're not going to be waiting around. Well, then Navira is up here.
They're not giving me much time to do the talking, though, Anders, and that's the issue, because right now, I mean, it is worth pointing out that Astralis in 2020, thanks to HLTV, again with the stats, you know, they were the top team on Inferno. 77.5% win rate across 40 maps. That's no joke. Across the best, against the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
You're able to pull that kind of win rate off on this map. You can see why Astralis, when given the chance, they would pick this map as the final one to finish this series if it had to go to 3 maps.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Actually got 4 kills in that round, Magisk, with the Mac 10. That's a lot of money to make. 3-1 in their favor. Vitality have picked up AKs all across the board here, and they've got some smokes. Only the 1 Molotov. Molotovs on the T side are so useful, so it's a bit of a shame that they're lacking those, and I think they already threw it and just tossed it up to the top of banana. And not much fight coming out. 4-man stack over at top mid. Expecting for Vitality to show up, leaving Sip on his own. I mean, this is a big risk.
Ow. This is nuts. Zip alone with an MP9.
Yeah.
This is a hard read, and it is not working.
You know, Misuto, and, you know, not even any signaling here. They're not throwing smokes. They're walking all the way onto the bomb site, and Sip is falling out, right?
Dude, are you kidding?
It's going to be a full-on save for Astralis. They're not even going to go for it.
They're not even going to go for it. What kind of round is this? Anders, I mean,
don't
we're
think they
freaking
know
out
yet.
about Device with that Deagle quad, but I mean, this round is almost as unlikely.
Glaive actually comes back. So now they know. Oh, no. This could... Oh, yeah, they're going to fall back. I was going to say, the fact that they got that kill, sometimes if you get an early kill like this, you actually get fooled into going for the retake when you really shouldn't, and then you just throw everything away. But that didn't happen. They're fine. They back up. They realize it's not worth it.
What a weird round. I swear, this is almost as weird as Device's quad there. I mean, like, when do you see this? A stack, I mean, full stack, Xyp9x rotating out, the 5th man rotating out of the site. I mean, just all sorts of weird.
What's really, I mean, what makes it even more strange, and I think this is also what Astralis must be thinking too, is normally if you were going to go B, you would have someone checking top mid from the T side. So I think they would have been happy, Astralis, you know, just getting a kill top mid and then, you know, just falling back from that position. But no one came to check, so they just went for it. Yeah, this is very strange indeed. But they get to hold on to their rifles. They have a very good economy still, Astralis. So even though it's a bit upsetting, it's still pretty much fine.
Even on loss bonus as well across both teams right now. So now it's all about figuring out what comes next here. And I'm very curious to see Astralis. They're not going to have 3 over towards banana early this time around. I was curious to see what kind of nade protocol they would have set up here. And in fact, it's not going to be much of one. They're not going to give away too much here at the beginning. And the nade game, it's the game within the game here on this portion of the map.
Waiting. They're a little bit delayed. They have one they can throw into the ceiling here, and it'll bounce back down. So they're waiting for that. Smoke goes up and running through just as it happens, taking down Glaive. That was really well timed. Zip trying to hold them back. He's going to flash himself in. Actually gets a kill, and if they didn't duck into that corner, he could have got the double. Now he's got backup, and there's a lot of backup out here. If he can stay alive for 5 more seconds, they're going to be here, but he's Molotov into the fight. They've got him out in the open, and he finally goes down. Device there with a refrag, though. Now it's a 3-on-3, and everyone is here from Astralis. They're in the right position. They catch Apex, and the bomb is on the ground, and this is trouble now. RPK, he's low on health. zywoo has to try and fight this one back. Magisk will get one, but they're all over him. He sprays through, and he nearly catches Device. He's up on that box, but he can't get it done. The Deagle coming out for the kill. I swear he almost shot him in the face with the smoke there. Wow, what a round.
I'm just grinning. I'm just grinning through and through this. I can't. I mean, this is amazing.
It's just 20 seconds of non-stop action. Once they go for Zip, it just doesn't end. They keep fighting.
But it's so beautiful that Zip, the way that Zip plays that situation, the way that he gets that one kill, doesn't overstay, doesn't force it, backs off, stays alive, buys even more time, allowing for the rotation in. It's so good. It's so good. And then, of course, zywoo is there to just make it so close.
And I think, I mean, this is something you'd have to go back and look for, but I think when Zip escapes the Molotov, the reason he doesn't die immediately when he steps out from the box is because I think his teammates have thrown a flash into yellow to stop anyone from peeking him. So there are just so many details in that moment. You can't catch all of it, but I mean, the level of coordination, it's so hard to deal with.
It's so sick. And Vitality, I mean, you can't even feel bad if you're Vitality, because like, what more can you do in that situation? You're just getting sprayed through smoke, you're getting flashed in the face, you can't see anything, you're just getting whittled down.
And, I mean, just think about how that round starts, right? They get the fight at top banana, they win that immediately, and they correctly know and guess that Zip is alone in B, so they actually have the right information. There's nothing wrong with the idea that they had going into that, but...
This is that brick wall, though, that Astralis are capable of putting up on the CT side, where you're just going to feel powerless. And add into that the nade damage, add into that all the pressure. Magisk getting pressure, speaking of, in front of Library. Now Glaive is going to get caught by zywoo. No, catches him looking the wrong way. Big opportunity there for Glaive. Finds that shot, and he's going to be able to rotate back over here. And this is where the action's going to be. RPK and Apex, they've got the bomb right outside of B.
Yeah, they wanted that to be B split, but Glaive walking in, they're inside of the smoke, and he still gets one. They must know Zip is in here. And Apex, 0 kills so far. He's going to be going down. Oh, man. Or maybe the 1 kill, actually, now. But Nivira, 1 versus 3. He's boxed in. There's no time. This cannot be done. And not even if you're device with a deagle in a 1 versus 4. This is time is making this impossible. dupreeh will take him down at the end. And Astralis will be 5-2. Really, really great beginning here. So far, in the 5 rounds they've won, there have been no bomb plants. So they're lacking a lot of funds vitality here. And, I mean, this is the best possible start that the Danes could have hoped for.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, the round that they lost out of this one,
yeah,
they all 5 stayed alive. So the money is just so good for Astralis. There is no pressure on these guys whatsoever, and they have fully embraced the AUG. No messing around. And, okay, once again, bullies. And this time, Nivera is going to be ready for him. Hits the headshot on Magisk, putting the pressure on here. Nivera doing a great job of staying alive. This is really drawing it out, making it way more expensive than Astralis were hoping for.
zywoo nearly burning alive. There comes the flank. A lot of aggression that's being thrown their way. Did look like it was about to blow up a bit.
Got a little scary there. I think that got a little bit too feisty for Astralis. That's not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I still appreciate it. I like the idea of it, but if you throw something away now, I mean, like, don't whatever you do, don't give vitality away to get back into this game for free. That is not a good idea. So just zywoo left. So I mean, at this point, it feels like vitality, they're getting something that many teams on the T side of Inferno would love to have, which is banana control.
Sure.
The setup from there, I mean, there's so much that you... Wait, what?
Dude, zywoo, it's so broken.
Device is... It looked like he was caught sleeping. I'm so confused. He definitely had time to get that shot. I'm not sure what was happening. CeRq will still catch him, but I mean, that's an extra kill on a bomb plant. That's really important.
It's weird because he's not even on land, so we can't say like, oh, he must have been looking at his teammate's monitor or something.
No, that's right. Maybe it was like dog or a cat or something. Who knows?
It's Ace. Yeah, it's his dog.
There we go.
Snipping at him.
He named his dog Ace.
Yeah, he did.
Well.
What's the matter with that, Anders?
Nothing, I'm just saying.
Is that shocking?
No, not really. Not really. Biting his own fingers. All right. It is like a meme off between dupreeh and Apex at this point in time. Like,
I love it. More of that. But now we're going to get the 3 over towards Banana, and now I expect to see a bit more nade action. Xyp9x with that smoke down bottom, and now we're starting to come back into the wheelhouse, and Masuda's life is going to get very feisty here. Very difficult. He should be taking a lot of damage, and yep, sure enough, this is all over the place. The all-out battle in Banana, trading 1 for 1.
No one could see anything in that fight.
Yep.
So I guess it's only fair that it ends up 1-for-1 trade. The device will also get dropped quite low, but he has the AWP, and he's going to go back and play a position you can actually very easily grenade, but I guess he's just banking on the fact that they maybe won't. dupreeh trying to line up. He's going to get the 1 kill, swings even further, and almost catches RPK with a grenade, and finally, they put an end to him. So 3 on 3, and Magisk down in the pit, and actually missing the spray, but Magisk is one of the best players in the world at playing this one. Double nade! He takes them down! Not exactly what I had in mind when I was saying that, but I guess it works. zywoo comes in. He just runs into the fight. Not even afraid. It drops CeRq, and now he's got the health and the bomb as well. He's got every advantage right here. Only thing he doesn't know is exactly where device is, but he's figuring that out one step at a time. Oh, man. Let's see. Can't walk too far away from the bomb, even if device doesn't have a kit. There's no way for zywoo to know that. He's hiding inside of the smoke. He's hoping that he comes that way. Device, I don't know. Time is running out. Smoke is going to be fading. Device is right there, and zywoo's playing this so perfectly. There's nothing he could do to win this one. What a beautiful round. 3 kills, and once again, it's zywoo trying to save vitality. He's actually top fragging in the server.
No, it's
12 and 6.
It's another triple for zywoo. Runner-up on his team, Nivera has 4 kills. zywoo has 12 kills. And an assist. But on the other side of things, dupreeh, 11. So, I mean, that's the difference here, is that Astralis, if they've got dupreeh, if they've got Magisk, if they've got these guys who are actually fragging, unlike on Overpass, where they just vanished, we didn't see anybody really stepping up and performing on an individual level for Astralis on that map. Here, we've got dupreeh who's up there just getting those kills. Magisk and Glaive as well. Glaive actually awake this time. So, Astralis shouldn't be getting too frustrating. They just have to find a way to deal with the raid boss and you know, collect the loot. Because zywoo right now, you know, he's got his minions around him, and he is just flailing around him with a gigantic, you know, hammer.
It's so outrageous, and I like that you say they just have to find a way to deal with zywoo. Like that was
It's like a mythic boss right now. You know, they just got to wipe and wipe and wipe and keep wiping until eventually, you know, they figure it out.
Well, eventually they're going to run out of rounds to play with. Let's see. 6-3 right here. AK's back in the hands, and a lot of the money for Astralis is gone. So, I mean, there's a big window of opportunity right now for Vitality. There's something they can do with this. If they win this next round, maybe Astralis will try and go for a crazy force if they save some stuff, but they're going to be stretched really thin. So I think this is... not the entire first half is going to be settled on this round, but I think a fair bit of it, or the momentum is certainly going to be switched if Vitality can pick up a round here.
They've read this perfectly, Anders, though. They've really done a great job here, Astralis. They smashed Vitality so hard in Banana last round that they've correctly assumed that Vitality wanted to swing A. And so you have the 3 set up, dupreeh and Magisk, you know, focused on Palace. They totally had this. But now Vitality are getting cold feet. Again, Misuda just taking damage. No matter where this guy goes on the map, he's eating HEs. Doesn't matter if it's Banana, A-side apartments, like the guy is he's just a shrapnel magnet right now.
I mean, I think what they wanted to do here was clear out Banana, then go for the 3-man push out of apps with flashes and grenades from middle, and it seems like they're actually holding on to that in spite of everything. So let's just see. Magisk got a double nade last time. He still has a nade down there in pit. I don't know if he's going to throw it up into the apps, but if he does at the right time, it could be beautiful. 35 seconds, and here come the first line of grenades. They're going to be jumping right down. Magisk caught completely blind, but it's a double hit setup, and dupreeh, he only gets the one device inside. 25 seconds on the clock, and he can't keep it up. He wanted to go for that and just buy more time with the spray. Apex not winning the fight against CeRq makes it really awkward. Now it's a 2-on-2. They do have a smoke. Yeah, that smoke from Nivea is going to be huge, and they have a follow-up Molotov even that they can put up there. So I don't know. This retake will be very tough, I think, for Astralis.
But zywoo's alive. Doesn't matter about the nades. The boss is still here, just roaring. And now Glaive having to work his way up short. He is going to be the one taking point, but zywoo is just going to do everything he can. His teammate's going to sell himself first. Nivea will be the first point of contact here. He draws attention to himself, and that sets it up for zywoo to just eliminate them. Glaive, though, with a beautiful shot. Whips around, puts the pressure on Nivea. Nivea has to come here and check, and Glaive is ready for it. Not connecting with the bullets, though. And this is going to go the way of Vitality. Nivea plays it impeccably. Does not survive the blast, but they get the round.
They do. Really important. Absolutely critical. It looked for just a second like maybe Glaive could have just held it and just kept... Because he actually was a little bit further away. I mean, it does, again, you're in that position. It's very, very hard to figure out. But 6-4, that's such an important round. Mostly because of that economy on the CT side. A tactical timeout being called now. Man.
And the bank is finally gone here from Astralis.
Yeah.
So with those 2 rounds in a row, Vitality have succeeded in actually putting Astralis on the back foot. Man, it's just obscene. zywoo's at 15 kills.
And Apex, I mean, he probably should have won that fight against CeRq there in Arch. He really caught him off guard. I think you can tell Apex individually is a little bit frustrated. And it is ridiculous looking at the scoreline. I mean, yeah, 15 and 7, you see 140 ADR on zywoo. But again, the drop-off is still to Nivea at 6, then 3 on Masuta, then 2 on RPK, and 1 on Apex and kills.
But that's exactly it. Like, zywoo's just worth 3 guys right now.
But look at what Astralis have done.
Okay, then.
They have forced into this round. And
what's this going to look like?
Actually think that's a little bit mad. I think this is a little bit crazy. Because if you just went for maybe like a couple of upgraded pistols, try to do the best that you could, so what? You get Vitality a 5th round, but this is Inferno. You're in 5, 6, it's not that bad. Then you have all of the, weaponry that you would possibly want on the CT side. The fact that they've done this, I'm so worried about this. Not sure this is the best call, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. It's looking good here. Could have easily been a double spray. dupreeh down here, the max 7. He gets one and a follow-up. Absolutely exploding them. And that's the bomb up there. He wants more. Apex is right in front, and he's really not had a good game here so far. A little bit of help from Device inside of the bomb site. I'll eat my words happily. This force-up was absolutely fine. I take it all back.
I'm kissing, the tips of my fingers with how beautiful that was. How delicious that round was right there. Okay, this is dupreeh. This is him just annihilating them as they come through. The reason this works so well is that Astralis just baited them. They threw no nades at the start. Vitality have no information. They're thinking that, hey, okay, maybe this is just a niko round, just gonna be some pistols we're dealing with. We can be aggressive, we can get in here.
Should have been.
And they're running into shotties, they're running into guns, and they just get completely mauled. They just got the wool pulled over their eyes. And now Apex, he's not having this again. He's charging top banana. He's like, okay, we're going to get up here. We're going to do it right. We're going to put the pressure on and force you to use some nades.
Yeah, or I mean, probably hoping to catch someone. Apex would love to get something done, even just for him personally. Over at mid, I mean, I think they wanted to swing back here, but the smoke will pretty much shut that down.
Man, that was so good. And now, well...
I mean, they have zywoo with the niko. That surely is what this round is about.
That HE again.
All the time.
Nivera, he just can't catch a break. Misuda too, like these guys are just getting pummeled. Astralis's like utility damage at the end of this map is going to be off the charts. It's actually going to be disgusting.
Go. Counter Molotov coming out. Sip, yeah, he sees a couple of people out there. Only one of them with an AK. That's the real threat at the moment. Yeah, zywoo, he's going to get... Oh, actually, the shooter with a headshot there. zywoo trying through the smoke. And I think one of the tracers showed Magisk will pick it up. So, Nivera, no bomb plant, and a 1 versus 3. And Astralis should be able to keep their cool here and just slowly overpower him. Yeah, not really fighting him too aggressively, and eventually they'll find the kill. So, no bomb plant.
The MP9 that gets the kill.
Yeah, of course. It's got to be. I think for a long time, especially during like the absolute prime Astralis. Oh,
okay.
Might have just been, I need to run to the bathroom.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So, I think especially in their prime, I think Astralis was seeing as sort of like the most textbook team. Like they did everything that you would want to do if you had to teach other people how to play like the best version of Counter-Strike, but they weren't always like the most necessarily creative or wild. And for that reason, I think the fact that they forced in that previous round, that goes outside of that. You know, like that's the sort of stuff you would say, yeah, many other crazy teams might try and do that. Maybe not so much Astralis. And I just think that's really interesting and shows that, you know, even they are evolving their game, I think, to some extent.
Look at this. Dude, it's like every round they're doing 60 damage with an HE.
Yeah, you just can't escape it.
The argument there, Anders, or like the point to take away from that maybe is that it just makes it even more powerful when Astralis decide. Oh, yeah. So you're just never expecting it. And then it's like, oh, wait, hold on, they forced. You know, that's nicely done here. Good anti-eco round coming in from Astralis. 9-4. On the CT side, looking better and better, Astralis. Now we're going to get that full buy. Now we're going to get everything, and I expect to see the full protocol coming in on Banana here with the nades from Astralis at this point. Just obliterate Vitality. If Apex is going to try and keep pushing up here to make plays, it's a good time to get in here and just punish them, because we really haven't seen all that much activity. Banana. No, it's not that at all. Wait. No, Glaive is going mid. Okay.
It's just so interesting because you're right. The fact that they keep having this banana control and are allowed to get it this much. Ooh, but not this time. He tried to jump. The device will pick them right out. But normally you would love that on the T side. It would give you a lot of options to work with, and it's not what we're seeing flashed in. Sip was flashed as well, but I guess that doesn't even matter. Lining up the kill against RPK, who's also had a very, very tough map so far. Nivera gets tagged to the wall. This is looking so dominant for Astralis. Vitality. Imagine the mental reset that is going to be required for them to get back into the second half. Because by all rights, they should have at the very least had 5, maybe 6 rounds because of you know, that force-up situation. Oh man, it's so interesting. Yes.
I'm giggling because I'm looking at the utility damage. 200 for Glaive, 158 for zywoo, 196 for Device, 100. The only guy who's slacking is Magisk, 82. Come on, dude, pick up the pace a little bit.
Listen,
except the top guy on Vitality has got 64. Misuda's got 3.
He got the double nade.
They've all got nothing on that. There's no nade damage coming in from Vitality. Astralis don't even need to shoot you anymore. They can just blow you up with grenades.
It's very effective. Device covering the corner here. They have some smokes. I mean, they could try and block him out, but that'll also signal that they're coming. So it's, you know, there's no perfect way to do it at this point in time. You don't have the time for it. You certainly don't have the manpower. And there's another grenade. zywoo with a 1 versus 5, and he's going to go down 10-4 in favor of Astralis. What a painful... I mean, again, the fact that Vitality just absolutely beat them up on Overpass was so cool and so impressive. But Astralis just look completely unfazed. They don't care. They're back, ready to fight, ready to win and get that spot in the grand final.
Yes, that's so worth mentioning, Anders. 600 grand for first place in this tournament, and you're 1 match away now. You're 1 half away, pretty much, Astralis, from securing at least a chance at that in the grand finals. And those will be coming up tomorrow night, everybody, if you are tuning in.
either of these teams, right, would be considered a favorite going into the grand final. So whoever gets there, it's going to be real interesting. Ooh, dupreeh trying to spray through, and Device. He was in middle, so everyone was focused on that balcony. As soon as that gunfight breaks out, it's unbelievable what's happening here. They are just picking them apart down the middle again. Reloading will finally get dupreeh killed, but at this point, does it even really matter? 2 versus 4, masutra and RPK. This has been just a world-class CT side out of Astralis. I'm very, very impressed.
I mean, it may be a bit early here, but, you know, Astralis just establishing themselves as a top team on Inferno in 2021 as well already.
They're making a very good case for it.
Just cut to the chase. Inferno is our map. And right now, I mean, they are just looking absolutely fantastic. Device, once again, holding arch side, got that lock. RPK can get in here. There's no flashes, though, to help, so they have to do it dry.
Device lining them up. Not quite a 2-for-1, but masutra, he's forced into Magisk, and that will be 11-4 in the first half in favor of Astralis, who are now just 5 rounds away from taking this incredible series. We're going to have to see a hard mental reset for Vitality. They need to get back in here and fight in the second half. It's coming up after the break. Oh, there's Niviri the one. He's going to get overwhelmed. And the spin. dupreeh turning around. Double Glock kill. And that's the A-bomb site completely gone.
And there's your answer to zywoo from Astralis is dupreeh with 22 frags, 5 assists. And, I mean, getting those 2 shots right there. He sees that pinch coming as well.
Yeah.
He is so good. And he was doing a lot of the work as well on these maps. I mean, dupreeh has been a standout player so far for Astralis, but now let's see if they can pull this off. Apex and zywoo, the raid boss is still alive, Anders.
I mean, there should be no way, but we keep saying that, and it keeps happening anyway. He's essentially walking into a 3-way crossfire. His teammate is dead on the other side. Apex got shut down, and they're just hiding from him out in the open, and he does not get the chance here. So, 12 on the side of Astralis.
Look at how careful they play around him, though, in that sort of scenario,
Oh, yeah.
knowing that it's zywoo alive. Do you think that he has that same presence as Kenny in his prime did, where players are saying, like, I've never been scared of a player until I played against Kenny, and he scares me?
I'm sure that there is that feeling where, you know, you hope you should probably not check the scoreboard, but if you do anyway out of, you know, just a
and
reaction.
it's like, oh, it's zywoo, you know, just don't peek zywoo. Whatever you do, don't peek him.
I think there are a few players like that in the world where that is what happens. Now, I will say this, though, for the pistol round, that actually was not, it looked like maybe that was sort of a big margin win there, like Astralis would have always won that round.
Dude, this nade stuff is actually getting out of hand.
And it had to be Apex.
They have got this map so dialed in, Astralis, with their HEs. It's actually stupid.
But I just want to point out, if Niviri just gets the kill there on Arch and he doesn't get caught if he falls back, this is a completely different round, and suddenly Astralis, because they're not going to chase him forever, and the 2 people at Arch that pushed in that got killed by dupreeh don't have to do that. If Niviri's fallen back, it's all fine. They can fall back as well, and suddenly it's a 4-5 and everything is stabilized. I think it's much closer than maybe that looked like. It was just, again, the trouble is they're so close when it breaks out that you just have to win so many fights. They're going to find an empty bomb site, which is fine.
Yep. Perfectly fine as far as Astralis are concerned. And Vitality, they went for that gamble. We've seen this as the new strategy. I mean, it's a common strategy, let's say. If you feel like it, you stack on one side and you just try and save whatever utility you have, whatever you've invested into this round, try and save it for the next one. dupreeh's not going to allow that, though. He is going to find masutra in the open and take him down long range with that MAC-10.
Just keep being really annoying.
And, I mean, you know, if you're Astralis, it's really not worth risking too much here to take these guns off of them.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Don't lose the AK.
Definitely don't lose the AK, but this is also maybe a bit of a way to keep the pressure. I mean, this is, again, I probably agree. There's almost nothing being saved over here, and they could have definitely lost a little bit more there. But at the end of the day, they do take it all away.
Is that just bullying? You know, is that just actually just
could be?
You know, it's the anti-eco bully.
That could very well be.
You were gonna save? You thought we're gonna let you get away with that? Well, dude, Astralis are fixing to have. Oh, okay. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anything is possible, but they are setting themselves up to have a 10-round lead.
Listen, after that Deagle madness on Overpass, I'm not getting ahead of myself on anything.
Exactly.
No more. double nade top mid in case there was going to be a crazy rush. We have some deagles in play and a tower of them over here. They're going to get immediately pushed back. And yeah, Glaive not wanting to hang around, but realistically, barring anything mad, this should be 14-4, and then Vitality will have to go on something that feels like a 12-round in a row comeback, just not dropping anything, just completely clean. There's absolutely no evidence or nothing to suggest that that's going to be happening. You just don't see it in their play right now. So if it does happen, it'll be all the more surprising. We'll be excited to see it. Masuta getting a headshot there on dupreeh. It's a pretty decent start, but he does end up alone as his teammates run down middle to get caught. The bomb is far away for no apparent reason.
How do you think shoxy feels right now? Is it like validation? You know, this is what you get for benching me?
I actually think,
because I mean, obviously he wants his team to succeed, but at the same time,
you got your quota of kills, shox, you're out.
Right? Yeah, that's it. You bet your quota. Now it's time to.
It's in his contract.
Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody needs to get their kills. Shoxy, that's enough for you.
I actually think this is the closest thing you could do to sort of put shox in a living hell. Because he's already a player. I know this from talking to him many years ago, that already, you know, whenever he's dead in a round, we'll look at his teammates and think, man, if only I could have played that scenario, you know, I could. Now that's what it's like for him all the time on this map. I can't even imagine. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out that shox eventually is going to just, you know, push one of these guys out of their chair and just, you know, say, you know what? Forget what we've planned. Daddy's back. Yeah, so they're going to have. I mean.
Yeah, look at the utility damage here. 285 from Device. I was wondering if somebody was going to crack 300. Like, that is so stupid.
Yeah. I don't even mind the Masutra and Nivira. You know, sort of the swap pairing between those two, I think is fine. I have no objection to it at all. But there's no doubt that it looks a little bit strange with shox out of the mix. Nivira, that's a nice boost, a nice flick, taking down Device, and this is absolutely the last chance for Vitality to do anything in this series. We are going to have to see something great out of them. Masuta, the spray. It does not quite connect. Glaive stays alive for a second longer. Apex getting the roll in there. And RPK actually through the side of the building to take down dupreeh. Now it's Magisk and Sip left. 2 versus 4. And they can just relax here. Vitality, this is where you want to fall back to the fundamental stuff. Never give them a chance, especially with Sip alive. Just don't do it.
Well, there's a focus on the shoxy discussion, obviously, but you know, Apex that's his 3rd kill, and that's RPK's 4th kill so far this map.
They've really been completely absent.
Yeah, it can't just be zywoo, the driving engine, you know, making everything happen here for the team. Zywoo is zywoo, but we need the rest of this team to wake up here on Vitality's side.
Magisk is fighting out towards Banana. Apex. He's got the right idea, does crouch right under, but it's still fine. It's still just some good info. Magisk has the bomb, and he's making his way out there. So they're really far apart. It's going to be, you know, both the members of Vitality doing a lot here. And it comes to nothing. zywoo will take down Magisk. That's a beautiful flashbang to set it up with. And there's nothing CeRq could do. Again, they're going to go fight him. They don't really have to. They could just leave him alone here. So, yeah, 10 seconds. He's also boxed in, trying to make a bit of an escape. Ooh, he just gets down with the flashbang. They were looking at that from top mid, including the AWP there on Nivira, but he'll make it out. He'll save the AK. Good round, solid round. I love it from Vitality.
He can drop one for Magisk now this round, and Glaive can drop for dupreeh, and we have a fully bought up Astralis. So, actually, him backing off and saving that AK turns out to be a pretty big play on his part. It's still very early days right now from Vitality in terms of just saying like, oh, this is what they need to do. They kind of need to do everything right now. So it's a tough one. You know, they what's the meme? You know, they just need to improve their nades, their crosshair placement, their trigger switch. You know, like, just keep it and click heads.
Just do about 200% better in every department, and it's going to be good.
So early days, 1 round at a time. It is the mantra of every comeback. And we've seen crazy comebacks before, Anders. Worse ones than these. It is possible. It is always possible. And these are the top 2 teams in the world. So if any of them is going to be able to pull it off, it's going to be one of these 2 teams. Now, Vitality, they've got veteran players here. they should be capable of keeping their cool.
This is getting dangerous. They're actually right on the other side. They're going to push out. They wanted to surprise them. zywoo gets a double anyway. That could have been the end of the round right then and there. If he just gets traded, there's nothing they could do. Now, Apex, he's going to get smoked off. I don't know if he can catch anyone for the smoke. He's actually thinking about running through. He's got no backup here, and he still gets a kill. I mean, that hard to say if it's worth it or not, but certainly better than going straight down. So 2-on-2 for the Alpha Plant, and Vitality should absolutely go for this. Yes. I mean, otherwise, you're never going to make it back here. They have a couple of grenades. They have a kit as well. But yeah, it might just all come down to this. They're not going to have a lot to fight with after it. So Astralis, CeRq, and dupreeh. What a battle. And their Molotov goes in. So now they can't even make it through. They've already been burned. This might actually, the retake might almost already be done with here. They've been slowed down. More grenades right on top. It's so disgusting, isn't it? And nawwk, he can't do anything there. Double kill for CeRq. 15 rounds for Astralis. A single round away from the grand finals.
I can't. It's actually outrageous, Anders, how good they are with grenades, Astralis. Those two are running in, and they take so much damage before they even see anybody. Incendiary, HE, just so much punishment. And yeah, the reaction there, the little eye blink from Misuda says it all. What can you do? You are getting battered. And this is the third map, match point, 10 of them for Astralis. 15-5, and they're sitting pretty.
More grenades. They ran right into that. That was, 150 damage or something across two players with just the HE.
This is a statement, Anders. I mean, Astralis coming. I mean, this is an incredible statement on a third map, Inferno, which is usually the 30-rounder, right, where you expect it to be a bloodbath going back and forth. Astralis are establishing themselves here as the #1 team in the world. They have just annihilated Vitality.
They have, but I would say if you replayed this particular, if you just replayed Inferno in 5 days, I would not rule it out that Vitality would, flip the sides and just shut them down. I just really think the rivalry between these two teams is one of the best we have in Global Offensive, and have, I think, almost ever had. I think there's such a high level team. Like, both of them are just such a high level. I really enjoy this, but Vitality definitely shocked to find exactly how good Astralis are on this map. Device with a nice clean flick to take down Apex. The only thing is the bomb is in second mid, so theoretically they could get caught and run out of time. It's not looking likely. They're all rotating through CT spawn. Forget the theory. 30 seconds on the clock and
just go A.
But CeRq is even. I think he heard them. He heard them run out. So yeah, they might.
You got 20 seconds, boys. Magisk is still sitting in B, but now they've actually made themselves this very difficult for them. Look at this. Device is going to get caught. RPK and Misuda are here. 15 seconds on the clock for Astralis.
Magisk is really deep in. They don't know that he's up this close. 9 seconds left, and there's no one to stop the bomb from going down. So, yeah, that looked really odd, but maybe it won't even matter at the end.
They were so confident. They were just like, we got this. It's fine.
Well, confidence. I mean, why would they not be? They've done everything right on this map. This has been such a power performance out of the Danish side. Misuda goes down. Nivira, the last one, and Astralis. I mean, they're going to be the first team in the grand final. Nivira going to